Yeah. Let's go. Looking for my love and my best friend, hoping this ain't the end. I need someone to hold me, tell me lies and scold me. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what you bring me to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. Me to marry? Is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. I want that real love that lasts long, the kind that makes me strong. No more playing these silly games. I need someone to call my name. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what
Late night phone calls with you. The only thing I wanna do. It feels so right, it must be true. Girl, it must be true. It's the vibe you give to me. It sets my soul free. Hey, da, 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 da. Hey, da, 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 da. Her and I, yeah, we a team. She's my dream, my everything. Her and I, living in ecstasy, just her and I. Walking down the street, holding hands, oh so sweet. I never thought that I could meet someone.
What up, you? So we are live, we are back in the building, and shout outs to So check it. I got a 2-day in a row for ya. You know what I figured? I might as well start doing these live streams because I miss y'all. I miss my peoples. I miss talking to my audience. I miss rocking with my family on pretty much multiple days a week. I feel like I've been giving y'all maybe one day a week here and there. And now that things have calmed down in the Meet to Marry world, meaning that we're focused on the editing process now, I got more time to give for live streams. I can start putting my panels back together and start really entertaining my family. So shout out to that. Shout out to y'all. And thank you everyone who is here early and who was going to join and who was watching on the replay. So I got a good one for y'all today, right? Today we got to talk about, I think, something important. And it goes along the lines of what we spoke about yesterday, right? Yesterday's topic, we talked about how I created a media company, but a lot of it had to do with me holding pretty much how I held myself accountable for my shortcomings in life and how you should hold yourself accountable for your shortcomings in life. You see, here's something that we do as a people, right? I believe we hold ourselves back from true success with a victim mindset. So I want to play a video in a little bit. And the video I'm going to play has a fella just straight up, I'm going to say it raw. He's straight being a bitch about life. Like one thing that irks my soul is a complaining man. I don't know if y'all remember, but I had this dude. I'm not going to throw no names, but if you guys have been watching me for a while, he used to be on my panels. And man, if I tell you a victim narrative, this man had the biggest victim mindset ever. He was broke. He would be quick to say he was on food stamps and he was getting government assistance for all types of stuff. Even his living situation was messed up. And like I said, I'm not going to throw his name out there, but those of y'all who know, right? Straight victim to his circumstances on why he could not make it in life. And it was like, no matter what I told him, like we would have side conversations off the live stream, just me and him on the phone. And I used to be like, dog, you don't think the way you think is why you're broke? You don't think the way you go about life and the way you think life is supposed to be is your biggest reason for your shortcomings. And my man would say, no. He would say, well, not everybody's like you, right? Not everybody was born into some situation. I'm like, who the fuck told you I was born into money? Like, when did that happen? Like, where'd that come from? Who told you I was born into money? Who told you that I was born into great circumstances to where I just have positions in life? No, I created that. And I had to get my mindset out of that poverty mind, right? Think about this, right? You know, I'm not knocking single mothers, but I grew up in a single mother household. And I had siblings, right? So I had a brother and a sister. Now, it's three of us with a single mom who is trying to find her way with a job that was paying her less than $10 an hour back in the 90s, early 2000s, right? So she didn't have nothing. So what would make you think that I would have had something? So I used to tell him like, yo, listen, what I'm going through is because, or what I created in my life is because of me. It's not because of what I've been through, right? And the same thing can happen for you. So I tried my best. Long story short, me and him don't rock with each other no more. Right? And I always say, like, my people will say, yo, Mingo, if you have a problem with somebody, it's usually not you because you're not the guy that brings problem to people. People usually bring problems to me. So I agree. So I left it alone and I left the whole relationship alone. So anyways, I want to play this video for y'all, right? As y'all come in the door, though, we're going to get a little bit of housekeeping out the way. Do me a favor. As you come in the door, hit the like button for me, right? Likes are free. Likes are free. Hit the like button. Share the content. Let people know we're live. We got a good show today for you. So if you're watching on Instagram, do me a favor. Come over to YouTube and watch. And we're going to get into the video right now. And I want to hear your thoughts. So as I'm talking, as we're playing the video, do me a favor. Jump in the comment section. Let me know what's up. Let me know your head. Say what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, show your boy some love, right? We want to get this out into the algorithm. It's been a while, so YouTube is like, who the hell are you again? I forgot. So let's get active in the comments. Make sure you share the content and hit the like button. Let's go. Let's play this video. All right. So the victim narrative. Let me share my screen real quick. And which one I'm going to share? Here we go. Here it goes. I know y'all could see the screen. Y'all can see the screen. Let me check my other screen. Yes. Oh, no, y'all can't. Hold up. You see, it's like riding a bike, right? Sometimes you forget. So you got to remind yourself. So here we go. Y'all can see that now. All right.
What doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say is important to pay. What the is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck. I'm tired of all this. That's just the way it is, bull. This whole fuck system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fuck plantation, man. A big ass fuck plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck we doing on this earth, man? Is the point of any of this to work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fuck able to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck and all that bull. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumb ass. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass. America is a plantation. I don't give a fuck nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there. They gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills that they tell me it's important to pay.
Damn.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
So this is what I wanted to address, right? Because here we go. Here we go with the victim mindset. And, you know, the part of it that really bothers me is the comment section. Because I can get one person crashing out fine, right? You say what you want. You feel how you feel, right? It's all about your feelings. Cool. But sometimes your feelings don't mean it's valid, right? It's bullshit. I always tell people your feelings are bullshit. Your feelings are just how you feel in the moment. It doesn't negate the reality of things. So let's talk about jobs, right? Remember yesterday I was talking about a lot of people are sick of the current job situations, the job market, and just the simple fact that they have to work. But the biggest problem is creating opportunities and your ignorance. And that's usually what holds people back. So here's the thing. Let's talk about this. If America was bullshit, right? And you feel as if you should have to, quote unquote, you shouldn't have to work. Almost like food, as he said, is a human right. The water you drink is a human right. All of this shit is a human right. But let's keep it real. It's not. It's not. And I'm going to get into it in a minute, but I wanted to address the comment section. So let's go to the comments, right? Basically, here in the comments, you have people saying, I don't know, y'all can't see this. Let me make my screen a little bigger. Let me make my screen a little bigger. All right. So here in the comments, you have a woman saying, if we stood up together, we would have to take our demand. They would have to take our demands, right? One of the most valid crash outs I've seen, right? When I was in that space, I was like, Jesus, what am I here for, right? He says, then he started to show me, changed my career, and day to day gave me some cool people to have I'm reading it and it's really small on my screen. To have good convos with, and he stood in my life, focus on the simple things. Okay, cool. Some jobs have you lift boxes for 40 hours, 14, 16 hours, not enough pay. Certain states don't pay enough. So here's that victim, right? The victimhood, right? More and more of it. More and more of, why am I not getting paid enough? We shouldn't have to work. And how my man said America is garbage. Now let's talk about America being garbage and why you should have to work for a living. You see, here's the thing. People don't think about this, but I think as Black people, we get caught up with the mindset that this country owes us something. They owe us something for being Black. They owe you something for, I guess, being a human being. You know, you hear certain things are a human right and so on and so forth. But you see, what people are forgetting is, in order for you to have running water, just that, let's start with water. Do you know what it takes for you to turn on a pipe in your kitchen. First of all, let's not look at the material that's built for you to even have a kitchen. Then let's look at what the system had to do to running clean water to you. There's employees that have to work to each piece all the way to the running faucet in your house. Man, that got blurry as hell. All the way to the running faucet in your house. There's people that how to work. So if you want clean water ran in your house, how is that supposed to happen? Right? You see, for people to bottle water, clean water, it takes jobs to do that. All of these companies, what do we think? Because I use water in my fridge, in my, attached to my refrigerator. But the bottled water companies like Pure Life and Deer Park and all of these companies, those are companies that have actual people working that has to create the bottles, clean the water, create the filtration systems, all of that good shit. You expect to get this stuff for free? And I think we as a people have been hearing this for too damn long. We've been hearing that we deserve things, not looking at it like we have to work for things. So it keeps the mindset down. It keeps you backwards. Let's look at the food that you eat. Everything that's in your refrigerator right now, you did not go and hunt it. You did not grow that shit. Every little thing in your refrigerator right now was bought in a grocery store. Do you know what it takes to get Purdue to drop some chicken off to your local grocery market in order for you to eat it? It's a whole production behind it. It's a whole factory. People that's working. Are these people supposed to get up, do all this work for free so you can eat? Then what? You see, here's the beauty of America. People that like to complain about it, right? You could live off the grid, right? You could live off grid. You could say to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go to Yellowstone Park, camp, build a nice little tent, right? Little shed or whatever. And I'm going to live off the land. Right? I'm going to hunt the little, squirrels and all that stuff. And I'm going to eat that. I'm going to find a way to create a filtration system to have water, fresh water. Then yeah, you can live like that. Well, who the hell is doing that? Nobody. Everybody's getting up, going to work. Because what I do, my main 9 to 5, is the reason why all of y'all have Wi-Fi right now. Is the reason why all of y'all can sit on your comfy phones and get on the internet and complain about why you don't have nothing. It's crazy. It's crazy. And what I'm trying to do is help break that victim mindset. And I think once us as a people get out of that, right, and we really start thinking to ourselves, all right, well, I got to think bigger than the way I am right now. The way I'm thinking is small. The way I'm thinking is getting me mad. The way I'm thinking is holding me back. There's a thing that I truly believe in, the law of attraction. And I believe that we attract what we think. So the more negative you think, the more negative you attract. The more positive you think, the more positive you attract. You have to understand the world as it actually works in order for you not to be mad at it. Other people don't have to get up and go farming and, they do the rounding up the cattle and slaughtering the pigs, and so you can have bacon in the morning time, and slaughtering the goats and so you can have some form of goat that you want to cook. Slaughtering the damn cow so you can have a burger. You're not doing that. None of us are doing that. So when we sit here and complain about life being the way that it is, you the problem. Life is going to be the way it's meant to be. If I got to work, you got to work. Because here's the thing. If I got to work to put food on my table for my family, why shouldn't you? America is not trash. It gives you an opportunity. I'm not patriotic at all. I'm not sitting here being that guy. But to hear a black man complaining and to watch so many people in the comment section, look at this meme. It's true though, right? That's facts. It's usually always, honestly, let's keep it a buck. It's usually always women that feel that way. Like, it's usually women that's going to agree with feeling as if it's patriarchy, as if, men are the reason why we have to work. And no, you have to work because you want to live comfortable. And guess what? That person that's out there that's underground right now in the sewers making sure that you can flush your toilet bowl, he needs to get paid too. He shouldn't be out there doing that for free. You see what I'm saying? It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And if you start looking at life as a cycle, then I think you'll understand it a lot better. There's a whole infrastructure out there that has to be maintained in order for you to just drive your car on the roads. Are you supposed to be driving a car for free? Why? Why? It costs money to manufacture those parts. People actually had to work. Those minerals and everything it took to build your engine had to come from somewhere, and it had to take people working to build it. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot deeper than a lot of people think, It's a lot deeper than a lot of people think, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. Where I'm at has a lot more to do with, people creating opportunities for themselves in order to not have to sit here and work hard forever. But you have to work. It is the American way. Because if you don't work, that means you're asking somebody to go work and make sure your life is comfortable while they work hard. That's what the government has created in our community. That's what the government has created for Black people. They created a mindset of, I don't have to work hard. I shouldn't have to work hard to get the things that I want. I'm going to just do what I want to do. And that's not the way life goes. We don't do what we want to do. We do what we have to do. You get what I'm saying? I do what I have to do for my family. If you're watching me on IG, do me a favor, and come over to YouTube. I check IG sporadically, but I'm on YouTube, so it's, I try not, it's hard to go back and forth. But if you're watching me on IG, do me a favor. I see somebody just messaged me, melanated. What's going on? What's going on, homie? How you doing? Do me a favor, come over to IG. Come over to YouTube. I just saw on YouTube and come interact in the comment section. It'd be good to talk to you. So, you get what I'm saying? If we start to really, really think that someone has to do something in order for me to have running water, someone has to do something in order for me to have food in the store, someone has to do something in order for me to cook a hot dog or a hamburger, to have the coal, to have the material, everything. Why should you just get it for free, but other people got to work? Even eating a mandarin, a orange, a banana, a pineapple, somebody grew it. So you should just get what they grew for free, and that's it. And you don't have to do nothing for it. You don't have to do nothing for it. You see, that's not real. And that's what I'm trying to tell people. It's time to get real with life. It's time to understand that life doesn't owe you nothing. You got to work for what you get because other people are. Other people are using their brains, inventing stuff to make your life easier. Think about this. If you back in the day when you had a housewife, your wife had to be at home actually washing dishes. Legit, actually washing dishes. She had to wash clothes by hand. She had to do all of this stuff. Now you got a dishwasher, you got a washer and dryer that not only washes your clothes, it dries it proficiently to where you could just literally, if you take it out the dryer fast enough, you could just hang it up and it ain't got no wrinkles on it. You don't even got to iron if you move right. Life has gotten so comfy, I think people forgot what it really was. You used to have to ride a damn horse to work. Now you hop in a car and you could be across your town in a matter of 20 minutes. Before that, you had to walk if you couldn't afford a damn horse. This is what I'm saying. It might sound like I'm just saying stuff because whatever, but I'm only speaking facts because life got so easy for y'all. Y'all living life on easy mode, but complaining like y'all living so hard. If you don't have nothing right now, it's because you didn't do nothing to get something. Essentially, that's life. What you did yesterday, you're living the results of that today. That's life. It doesn't owe you anything. I don't owe you nothing. City workers don't owe you nothing. Farmers don't owe you nothing. Electricians don't owe you nothing. Electricity is a whole damn grid. This guy mentioned electricity. It's a whole grid that has to keep electricity flowing from point A to point B. Who's maintaining that? They should get up every day, come out, maintain the electric system, maintain the grids, so you could have running water, electricity, and all that good stuff for free? No, America should not give you nothing for free. If somebody has to build it, you got to work to have it. Everything is a luxury. Everything you do right now is a luxury. If anybody wants to debate me on this, let me know. Y'all could come up. I'll drop the link. We could talk about this. But everything that we do right now in life is a luxury. Period. You could argue with me if you want on it, but it's the truth, right? Everything I have right now, somebody built it. So the pictures on my wall, the fireplace, the house, the floors, the hardwood floors, the type of, somebody did something for me to get it. No one should have just given it to me because my name is Mingo. No. So let's get out of this victim mindset, people. Let's get out of this narrative. Too many of us have it. It's unfortunate and it's sad, but too many of us have a victim mindset. You know, if you're watching me in the comments, let me know what's up. Let me know what's up. Say what's up in the comments. Holla at your boy. It'll be good to hear from y'all. If you're watching me on IG, come over to YouTube. It'd be good to hear from y'all. But anyways, that's that on that specific topic. Let's move on. I got another topic I want to discuss with y'all. This one, it kind of drove me crazy because I'm not understanding, and I feel so bad for single men. But hold on, let me share my screen with y'all, right? I feel so bad for single men. And the reason why I feel bad for y'all is I don't know how are you supposed to meet women? Ladies, let me know in the comments. Do you like when men approach you? Do you like when men give you a compliment? Do you like when men tell you smile? Do you like what is it that women want men to do to get their attention? Because it's hard. I feel as if when I was dating back in the days, it was simple. There was no distraction, right? I think women back when I grew up, they looked for men to say something to them. I think, matter of fact, I know when I was in the dating market, it was easy because I would literally meet a woman. I'll just be on the street in the subway or a store or something like that. And if we caught eyes with each other, I'll just go talk to her. Simple. Spark a conversation. And sometimes we would just stand there and it wouldn't even be like we liked each other like that. It'll just be straight up men and women in the same space. So we're appreciating each other. So I would say, hey, how you doing? She'll respond. I'll compliment her on something. She'll compliment me back or say thank you. And it made life feel easy. Now, I feel like men, what you watch online, it's so hard to differentiate the difference between what this woman might want to what that woman might want. So it almost makes sense not to say nothing to anyone. So I'm gonna play this video for y'all. Let's talk about it. Hold up. So I'm mute.
In Publix did not go how I expected. I'm a scientist, so the scientific method 100% applies here. The hypothesis was if you harass men the way that they harass you, they will be jarred and confused. That is 1000% not the case because men want to be harassed. That is the learning out of this entire story. Anyway, let me get right to the point. I walk into Publix and I walk up to a man and I say, "Smile, sweetheart," thinking it would jar, confuse, and befuddle him. Instead, he liked it. Loved it, actually. Gave me his number. So I was like, you know what? This is probably a fluke, an outlier even. Let's try it again in the frozen section. Second number, unlocked. He loved it. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is this is part 2 of Flirting 101. You want a man to ask for your number or give you his number? Literally walk up to him and say the things you hate most that men say to you. And clearly, "Smile, sweetheart," works. Clock it.
Anyways, so this is why I'm so confused. I'm thoroughly confused, y'all. I don't know what women want men to do in the dating market. If a man comes up to you and says, "Smile, sweetheart," is that something that women actually hate? And why would a woman hate that? He's trying to obviously put a smile on your face. This is why when you experiment it back towards men, men don't get offended because we know men are not saying it to offend you. Maybe we're giving off an aura that's distasteful to the world. So yeah, maybe I need to smile because then that could bring positivity towards me. But women hate that so much that you're gonna go and create a social experiment, almost trying to shame men for saying smile. Fellas, I don't know. I put it like that. I don't know. Tashika, what's good? What's good? What's good? How you feeling? It's good to see you over here. She said, I missed the beginning of the video. We're switching over. So, all right, you know what? For you, I'm going to play it over again. I'm going to play it over again so you can watch because I need to know from a woman's standpoint what ladies want men to do when it comes down to approaching. So let's go.
I ran a social experiment on men today in Publix. Did not go how I expected. I'm a scientist, so the scientific method 100% applies here. The hypothesis was if you harass men the way that they harass you, they will be jarred and confused. That is 1000% not the case because men want to be harassed. That is the learning out of this entire story. Anyway, let me get right to the point. I walk into Publix and I walk up to a man and I say, "Smile, sweetheart," thinking it would jar, confuse, and befuddle him. Instead, he liked it. Loved it, actually. Gave me his number. So I was like, you know what? This is probably a fluke, an outlier even. Let's try it again in the frozen section. Second number, unlocked. He loved it. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is this is part 2 of Flirting 101. You want a man to ask for your number or give you his number? Literally walk up to him and say the things you hate most that men say to you. And clearly, "Smile, sweetheart" works. Clock it.
All right. So this is what I'm confused about. I'm confused about that because I don't know what women, you see, I'm long removed from the dating world, right? Long removed from the dating. That's not what, what I'm trying to do is I got a whole damn dating show called Meet to Marry. So my mindset is, how can I get people married? Well, here's the thing. How is a man supposed to meet you? Because back in my day when I was dating, right? That's how we met women. Approached them in public, in the wild, right? There was no such thing as, let me hop in your DMs. Was there Facebook? I forgot what year Facebook came out for the public, for the majority of people, maybe like early 2000s, but I was dating before that. So the only way I met women was literally to approach them. And even when Facebook and all that stuff came out, MySpace and all of that craziness came out, I was still approaching women because that's how I knew to meet women. I was a teenager in the mall walking up to women, "Hey, how you doing?" And women expected that if they wanted to meet men. So this is why I'm just like, I'm messed up right now because I'm like, what on earth are men supposed to do if they want to engage in starting some form of a relationship with a woman? We can't tell a woman to smile. It's considered harassment. You know what I'm saying? Universe, the God is in the building. What up, my brother? Good seeing you. And yo, you could talk to me about this one, my guy. How do you approach women today? When you approach a woman, do they act like you're harassing them if you say hi, or if you ask them to smile? Like what is this big thing with that? With men, with a male's approach to a woman in order to get to know them? I don't think there's nothing more attractive than a male to female dance, if that makes sense, right? Before, it was always a yin and a yang. The man grabs the woman's hand and we lead her into a dance. Now, that could be subliminally taken in so many different ways, right? We had to meet a woman. We had to grab her hand. We had to twirl her. We had to basically bring her close, embrace her. And the whole point of that dance was for a woman to feel safe in your arms. A woman if a man could make a woman dip in a dance and make her feel safe, like he's not going to drop her, that's what a woman feels protection, right? Am I right or wrong about that? That's what women always knew as a form of protection. Like, I'm going to trust that you're going to dip me right now and my head is not going to hit the ground. That's the male and female dance. There's nothing more attractive than that. But the only way I can meet you is by actually saying something to you. There's really no other way. Am I supposed to only, as single men out there, are y'all supposed to only slide in DMs? That's it? Is that the only real way you meet a woman today? Or is it the natural way? Ladies, what do y'all want? I think y'all should tell men. I think it's important. And that's what I'm going to do. as I start bringing these even panels back of men and women, I'm going to try my best to get as many single people on these panels as possible. Because we need to understand, is that dance dead, right? Is the dance between men and women over, right? Right? That's what we need to figure out. And that dance is real and and tangible. It's not just words. The dating scene is upside down today. I truly believe that. Queen Lala, my sister, is in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm saying? My guy says you in a lose. He said in most situations. I agree. I mean, and like I said, I see it now. It's hard, right? Because this is how I know it. That's how I know how to meet women. That's why I'm like, yo, listen, my wife could drive me crazy. I'm not leaving her, yo. I'm not leaving her. Because, yo, I am not going to go back into the dating world where if I tell a woman, hey, smile, sister, in the most respectful manner, I'm going to be considered harassing her. I don't even got to like you. I just might want to have a conversation because I'm in a good mood and I'm trying to bring your mood up and I'm harassing you. But, and I always say, don't just listen to the messenger. Always look at the comments. Sometimes these comments be in the tens of thousands of people agreeing. Like, yeah, sis, these guys be mad. They predators. You know what it feels like to be called a predator? A predator because you said hi? Yo, I see why some men just be like, yo, I give up, yo. I'm not doing this. I'm good. I'm good. I'm not doing this. So I guess the long story to short is, do men still cold approach? Ladies, help the fellas understand that. Should a man still cold approach? Is it okay if men approach you? It's always been a lose game for men, right? We always know, like, yo, listen, if I talk to 10 women, I might get one. You know what I'm saying? I might get one. Just one. Might, maybe, possibly. But that one woman I get could possibly be my wife. So for some men, it's worth it to try to talk to a lot of women, especially if you are seriously looking for somebody. This shit it's not magic, right? Women don't just fall on your lap. You know what I'm saying? Queen Lala says, yes, I think men should. She says, just be careful in who you approach. Right. Right. I mean, and that's real. That's real. I guess, and I'm guessing the way you would know, and here's what fellas do that's wrong. Fellas, y'all always trying to chase these quote unquote baddies, right? These Instagram wannabe models, the ones that they feel like if you talk to them, you have to pay them. Like, if I say hi to you, you got to buy me Ruth Chris. That's sometimes what I see fellas trying to chase. Sometimes you can look at those women physically and tell that that's their type. That's how they are. Ain't no different than you look at a man outside with his pants sagging off his ass and, you know what I'm saying? He got these big fake gold chains on. If you can look at him and tell his style. Unfortunately, some women look at that man and still get pregnant by him. Crazy. That's crazy. But what do you do if it's the opposite and you see the average person, right? Right? I think we have to discriminate. Exactly. I think we have to look at someone for how they kind of carry themselves. And unfortunately, being judgmental is a way of safety in this world. You have to judge people in order to maintain safety and sanity. So yeah, no, like look at somebody and judge them how they carry themselves. So I'm guessing that's what Queen Lala meant by saying you have to be careful on who you approach, right? You got to kind of know the the type of look you're looking for and what that can actually come with. And I do also believe some men, here's another thing. I do believe some men need to understand where they are in life and understand the type of woman that you're looking for might not be looking for you, right? And I see this happen doing this dating show. I see men going for women out of, and it's sad to say this shit, but I do see some men going for women outside of their league. And let me explain that to you. When I say outside of the league, I'm not talking like this woman is better than the man. I'm saying it in a way of her expectations is more than what you could give, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So Queen Lala said women give signs when they are willing to be approached. I agree. A simple look, eye contact, maybe a little flirty, whatever, something. Fellas, wait till a woman gives you something. Don't just approach because you'll get disappointed every time. But that part, right, where I was saying before about out of the league, you know what you have to offer, but you're looking for a certain archetype of woman. You know if this woman, say she's in the gym all the time, and you walking outside with the biggest of bare bellies that, you know what I'm saying, you look like you pregnant. The likelihood is that woman in the gym, unless you coming at her with mad money, like, yo, I could offer you something more than my looks, then yeah, you might stand a chance. But son, if you working your regular 9 to 5, you barely got any money in your pockets, you got a big ass stomach, you know what I'm saying, mad back fat, you only last 3 minutes in the bed. Let's keep it a buck. The ladies ain't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? He's sharp. What up? What up? What up? I haven't seen you in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, or sometimes more than you are willing to give, right? What's good though? I haven't seen you in a minute, man. But I blame myself for that. I ain't been streaming like that. So you know what I'm saying? It's on me. You know what I'm saying? She said, hey, I like me a big bear. Yo, and by all means, that's the man, like, I'm sure you'll be giving that guy the eye or something like that, saying, holla at me, right? But some guys, let's say he's 5'2", skinny as hell. Should he still approach you? How would you feel if, Tashika, if that guy, 5'2", 120 pounds wet, came up to you like, yo, smile, sister. That's such a pretty face. How and tried to approach you. How would you take that? And I think that's another thing. When women call it harassment, sometimes it's because they just don't like the guy. Right? I think sometimes it's just because they don't like the guy. You know what I'm saying? She said, Queen Lala says, men like to pay to play. Yes. They don't really count the cost. I love that. I love that. I love that. Because they're not keeping it in the mindset like, yeah, you want to pay, but yo, some of these women want a lot from you, and could you offer that? I've seen some beautiful women, y'all. And then sometimes you see them with certain men. And the great thing about me is that I'm around a lot of beautiful women. So being around them and talking to them, a lot of women tell me things that, like, I don't think they tell the average person. And I think there's a level of comfortability with me because I'm a married man and I'm a businessman. So when they tell me things, they come to me with a sense of like, yo, I'm gonna get the best. I'm gonna get the best, outcome coming from talking to Mingo because I don't want nothing from them. I don't want to sleep with them. I'm not trying to get nothing from them. All I need is either one, their business, meaning that they're working and they're a client of mine on the show, or they're helping me gain notoriety, right? That's all I want. So I think when I talk to these beautiful women, I get a lot of honesty from them. And in a lot of the honesty, they tell me straight up, if a man has money, there's a lot that they will let go. But even that has a limit for a lot of women as well. But men don't understand that. Men don't understand that. So a lot of men, as you see on these podcasts and all of this stuff, where they talking greasy all day long, they're not realizing that even a man with money gets played by women too after a while, because you need more than that. This is a whole different topic. We could get really deep into this. I want to save it for one of my panels though, but we could get deep into this. I think it really takes like you understanding the opposite sex in order not to be mad at the opposite sex. You know what I'm saying? So you are given the best advice in order to get someone like you. Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when you look at women, you have to understand them in order to shoot your shot. First, just like they said, just like Queen Lala said, look for choosing signals. After you find choosing signals, then you approach. Cold approaching is considered harassment if a woman thinks you're ugly. If she doesn't like you, you're harassing her. Period. Point blank, the end. Men, a woman could be 300 pounds. It doesn't mean that he likes you, but you could spark a conversation at 300 pounds as a woman with most men, telling that man to smile, and he's going to give you you just made his day. Because guess what? Most men don't get talked to by women on the regular. Believe it or not, it's not a common occurrence for men to get some form of attention from women. It don't matter how you look. Some women think that, oh, you know, you a man, men be out here just sleeping with old women, taking everything down. That's not true. That's so far from the truth. A lot of men out here are struggling. This is why they have this new social experiment. And now don't ask me how I found it, y'all. Facebook is crazy. But anyways, there's this new social experiment where women are in a grocery store. They'll literally bump a guy while he's shopping, get in front of them, take their panties off, leave the panties on the floor. The guy would pick up the pantyhose and smell it, put it in his pocket, and walk off. That's the new, don't ask me how I found that shit. I don't even know how I found it. Listen, the algorithm is crazy, right? Facebook is crazy. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. But that's the new thing. That's what people are really doing that now. But it shows you like men are so Queen Lala, something else. It's crazy out here. Yeah, that's the new thing. That's the new thing. But it shows you how desperate men are. You could be putting a whole panty on your face with some type of gonorrhea on it. These guys don't even care. They don't care. That's how desperate men are, yo. I'm trying to tell you. That's how desperate men are. Think about it, ladies. If Idris Elba, I think that's his name. If Idris Elba walked by you, took off his underwears, dropped it on the floor, would you pick it up and smell it? No. Most women won't. If you do, you a freak. I ain't mad at you. I don't judge over here. It's a judgment-free zone. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. E Sharp says, it feels weird to me and uncomfortable for me. He says, because I don't get it. But I don't care anymore because the only attention I want is from my wife. That's what's up. That's what's up. And Queen Lala says, nope. She says she is running. Listen, But that's what I'm saying, because women ain't desperate. Most women know it's easy for them to get a man. Like, yo, literally all you got to do is walk outside and say, hey, who wants to sleep with me today? And you'll have like 9 out of 10 suitors. That'll be like, yo, I'll take it. What's up? Holla. Like, what time, where, and when? If a man does that, he'll likely get all no's. He'll have to go home, brush his teeth, change his gear, put on some cologne, all that stuff, go back outside, and then have to do it all over again. She said, I didn't think it was that bad for men. Yo, it's horrible out here for men. Men are out here struggling, y'all. Men are out here struggling. Getting women is very difficult for the average man. Think about this, right? There's studies that show that the average man is invincible to most women, meaning that he doesn't even exist. Like, we're talking about, you would walk past him, and because this is studies. They say that, like, just in the street, you'll walk past a plethora of men and only notice a handful of them. You only would really notice the semi-attractive ones or the real weird ones. That's it. So if a man is wearing some weird shit, you'll notice him. If he's doing some weird shit, you'll notice him. If he looks good, you'll notice him. But if he's average, I'm talking about just average. It's almost like that guy does not exist to most women. That's why when I have some conversations, especially when I used to have the panels, and I know, Lala, you probably definitely remember me having these conversations on the panels. And I was talking to some of the ladies, and they would always be like, oh, men are sluts, men are this, men are that. And I'd be like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Men don't get what y'all get. It just feels like they do because y'all only notice the attractive ones. So in a woman's eyes, it's like, yo, I look at him as attractive. There got to be 10 other women looking at him as attractive. So if I see him like that, then all women got to want him. No, that's not true. It's only the ones you deem attractive is what most women see. Men are invincible. The average man. So, that's why I say, I think, fellas, you need to take Queen Lala's advice. You know what I'm saying? And, look for choosing signals. Makes me think back to high school. 2 groups stood out. She said the popular, attractive, and the comedians. And that's it right there, right? So you had to either be popular, super attractive, or a clown. That's it. Popular, attractive, or a whole clown. Everybody else in the middle, where they were just going to school, minding their business, doing what they had to do, go home. Those are the guys that women should marry, but he's not going to cheat. He's not going to do none of that stuff. He don't get attention from women. He's just average, maybe a little bit below average, but he's going to be a good man. He's going to take care of you, take care of the kids, all that good stuff. But unfortunately, he's just not that guy. He's not that guy. So, yeah, there's that. I got another one for y'all. So I was going to do this yesterday, but I didn't. And I'm like, oh, man, I really wanted to get into this, y'all. Because someone sent it to me, and I didn't see the whole thing, but y'all know how much I've been enjoying Ashley Dalton. I've been truly enjoying Ashley Dalton. So, I wanted to get into that. Tashika says, she says, I want the average or the comedian. I'm just saying. That's what's up, because, if a guy can make you smile, that's a lot, right? It shows personality. It shows all of that good stuff. But the comedian will always get noticed, you know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. I think the funny guys, and it depends. So before I move on, there's a level to being a comedian, fellas, that women look at. You can't just be a clown because you're looking for attention. That's different. If I'm wrong, let me know. Because there are some men that they try to be clowns because they want attention. because they know they're not good enough. And what happens with those guys, that is less attractive than anything, because those specific guys, you could tell there's an insecurity in them. And that insecurity makes them say jokes all the damn time. It's like, yo, I got to be a clown everywhere I go, because if not, no one will look at me. See, and men know that. Men know. You know, we see a lot of guys do that when they're overweight. A lot of overweight guys tend to be clowns. A lot of overweight guys. Listen, I know y'all know that this is true. I know y'all know this is true. A lot of overweight guys that be like 300 and better, 280 and better, those be the guys that make jokes all day long. Because they know if they don't, ain't nobody checking for them. So every time they open their mouth, it's a joke. There's never any seriousness coming out of them, because it's like, hey, look at me. I said something funny. Do you think I'm attractive? No, that shit is not attractive. And I know women that tell you straight up, this nigga's a clown. But anyways, let's move on. Yo. Let's move on. I don't want to offend nobody, but it's the truth, though. It's the truth, though. But let's move on. All right. So we got a Ashley Dalton episode. This one is titled, it says, woman has an attitude after getting level up advice. She knows how to pull rich men. She doesn't need me. Hold on, what you say here? What you say here? What Queen Lala say here? She says, I just think women really want to be taken care of and not so independent. I agree. Men just need to focus on providing for them, not just financially, but emotionally, physically, and spiritually. Right. I agree with that. I was the quiet comedian, E-Sharp says. He says, I didn't say much, but you didn't want to joke with me because you would get your feelings hurt. And that right there, I think women find that attractive. I think women find that attractive. You know, the guy that, yo, I'm cool. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. But if you say something crazy, I'm gonna cut your ass, son. I'm gonna have you crying before we walk out of here. Matter of fact, you're gonna get so mad at me because I'm not gonna stop that. We gotta fight. Like, we only got one option, what? To fight. Because, son, you just embarrassed me in front of all of these people, all of these women, the women I'm trying to get. You embarrassing me? Now, sir, we gotta fight. We got to fight. With me, I'm trying to think of how I was when I was out there, right? I wasn't really, I would say I was a funny guy. People would think like I would say something crazy, but I wasn't the guy that was like trying to be funny at all. Like, I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was a lot more stoic growing up. Like, I was kind of like the quiet guy that would sit back. And you know what I used to get? And this is before my wife, y'all. So wife, if you're watching, don't get mad. I was the guy that would sit in the back while everybody else was talking, having fun, but I'll just play it cool. I used to have women just come to me. It wasn't even like a thing. I'll just be just chilling. Be like, yo, I had women ask my friends, yo, who's that guy right there? And I'll just like, yo, what's up? Introduce myself and we kicking it. So I was that guy. I wasn't really the guy that was like, you know, let me make fun of people, let me get attention. But if you said something to me, you're right though. I used to go in on your ass. You know what I'm saying? I'll go in. But I was the guy that would faster like, yo, say that shit again, I'll punch you in your face. That was me. Say that shit one more time. You said something about my mom? All right, cool. Wait till I see you again, son. That was me, you know what I'm saying? But I don't fight people no more. Them days is over. Them days is done. He said, me and GMT were twins. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Calm, cool, collective. Don't say nothing about me, though. You know what I'm saying? If you go off, we going to go off. All right? But yeah, so, all right, let's go into a little bit of Ashley Dalton. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
You consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms.
Yes, I do.
All right, what brings you up?
So I am 28 and I feel like I'm just at a restart with my life right now. I guess I'm just wondering where should I like what should I be doing because by restart I mean like I quit my job, I got out of a relationship, like I just wanted to start everything from scratch. The relationship that I was in previously, it was just like I feel like I went from girlhood to womanhood because I learned a lot about.
Hold up. My guy Quint is in the building. Yo, Quint is the clown. I'm gonna tell y'all. Quint, what's up, my guy? Yo, Quint, I don't know. I can't be Quint be joking all day long. So yeah, sometimes I'll be cutting Quint's ass. Like we'll be outside and I'll just be saying all types of shit. Quint be like, yo, shut the fuck up. That's just me, me and Quint. But if I didn't know you and you was joking, yeah, sir, we gotta fight. But if I know you and we joking, we can have fun with the jokes, yo. Like we could go in all day. It'd be four of us, me, Quint, and two of my other boys, George and Jimmy. Sometimes Jimmy be hanging out with us sometimes. But yeah, man, and we just be making jokes all day long. So he's a funny guy. But all right, let's keep going.
Myself with that relationship. So now I'm just wanting to develop a new version of myself. And I'm just trying to like figure out exactly where to start and how should I be going about things. I understand now like the type of guys that I was attracting before. Sorry, that's my daughter laughing in the background. But the type of guys that I was dating before, like I'm not attracted to them anymore. So it's like
So hold up, man. You ask me, I think this woman is, gorgeous. I see through whatever she got going on her head. I'm looking at her facial features, all that stuff. But I'm trying to get to exactly like what she's talking about. And I just feel like she's rambling. But let's keep going.
I'm just knowing that I have a different taste of things. I've already done like the going out by myself. Like I traveled to Jamaica by myself. I travel by myself. Like I've went to like really fancy restaurants by myself. I've done all of that. I'm just not attracting the people that would take me to those places.
So you want to attract? Okay, so you're here to attract the guy. Is that your question?
Like, is there anything that I need to like? Do I need to put myself in different places? I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay, for the type of guy you're saying you want, you have to change your look completely.
So she's asking Ashley for advice, right? She's saying that she wants a specific. So I'm only recapping what she's saying. She wants a specific type of guy. She's asking Ashley for advice, but I'm trying to hear the attitude part. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm. You have to change it because you said what I heard you say was I go to nice restaurants and I see the men there, but they don't approach me. You're not attracting those type of men, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's because of your aesthetic. You gotta change up the aesthetic. And I see you head to toe. So
I'm getting ready to go to the gym. So I'm like in gym attire.
So here's the thing, right? Even if you're at home right now, but not looking at being on a public platform that gets thousands of views. Let me see how many views this got. So right now, this is at 20,000 views. This was her perfect opportunity to present herself well enough to attract the type of man she says she wants. But you come outside and you look like super homely. Yes, being on the internet is being outside. More people would see you on the internet than they would see you outside.
yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah,
she
we gotta tighten up the look. You need to look a lot more put together.
Well, I mean, I can put myself together. I can give you my Instagram.
Okay. The thing is, I'm not saying you don't know how to, but you need to do it consistently, is what I'm saying. Okay. Even at the gym, I want you to have a nice matching set, something that matches.
Okay. I mean, most times I do. Today I just didn't. I'm just going. late night.
Yeah, Tim, you should not be on Ashley's show. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be on Ashley's show. If you're not together, if you're saying you want a specific type of man, what better place to find a man than one on this show? Her DMs will be flooded. Because trust me, Ashley gives level up advice, but the majority of her audience is men. I'm trying to tell y'all. She has a lot of women that watch her, but the majority of men, they're watching because they're trying to see, oh, damn, hopefully she says her IG. I can hop in her IG, blah, blah, blah. Men hunt for women. It's just what it is. So if you're presenting yourself like that, I'm going to think like, yo, you just a single mom with a kid running around in the background, mad loud. You're not presenting yourself right. This shit is public. Let's keep going.
But I can understand that.
Okay, so here's the thing too, and this goes for all the ladies when y'all come up. I don't want y'all to think I'm attacking you or I'm the enemy. I want to say that. I want to put that forward. I want y'all to know that I'm really just trying to help, you know? Mm-hmm. So I'm just going based off of what I'm seeing. This is my first impression of you. This is what you can do now. If you can make that change now, so you get in the practice of doing that, then that would be great.
Yeah, I could definitely do that now.
But for what you want, you just have to change up the look.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. I can take
more
that
polished ponytail. I don't mind a few little, maybe 2 pieces in the front, but polish your ponytail. Make sure your workout set is matching. No nose ring for the guy you want. The one that you just said that you want.
I love that she said that.
So no nose ring?
No, I love that Ashley said that, right? You see, and that's what it is. What fellas get mad at women for this, but they don't realize it's more about what the woman wants. So y'all get mad at women for having standards and expectations on how they carry themselves and all that good stuff. Fine. But maybe she's not looking for you. But listen to the guy that she's saying she wants. That's the key. She wants a guy that's going to provide and take care of her. If I had to look at, and I'm not saying me in particular, right? I'm a married man. I know, right? But the average guy that's in my circle or men that I know wouldn't take her serious. Would they lay with her? 1,000%. Would they take her serious? No. And the reason why they wouldn't is because she's presenting herself like this. The nose ring, come on. Let's keep it real. It gives her a fun girl, right? The way your hair, have your hair, all that stuff, it gives off fun. It doesn't give off wife. So that's the problem. Beautiful woman, by the way, but she's not giving off that aura of come and marry me. You don't got to be made up. You don't got to be in a prom dress or all that good stuff. You just need to look presentable. And that ain't it, mama. Let's keep going.
Not even
for the guy that you want. Unless he's a different type of guy, yes. But for the guy that you want, I would say no nose ring.
Pookie would love that shit. He'll love it all day long and night.
Okay. Alrighty.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she mad.
Okay, I mean, that was pretty much my question. Yeah, I do have kids. I do have 2. I'm looking at the comments, but yeah, I do have 2 kids.
Yes, no worries. Anything you want to address, or you have any questions, or?
I mean, like I said, this is just something that I'm wearing to the gym at home, but usually when I go out, like I am up to par. Like people in my community know that I'm always wearing heels. Like when I go outside or if I'm going to events and stuff like that. And I mean, I did just go on a date, like last weekend.
So why are you on here then?
Yeah, I guess it was last weekend on Saturday. And it was like a pretty nice place. And I got like beautiful roses. And I was dressed really, really beautiful that day. So, I mean, I know, like, I guess when I go out, I know what to do and how to wear.
No, she is in her feelings. She's in her feelings because she feels like, yo, how dare you tell me what to do? Meanwhile, you got on her show asking her for level up advice. You came on her show asking her what should she do, what should you do, but then she gives you advice because of first impressions, right? Your hair's unkept. You look like you literally just rolled out of your bed. You look like you didn't even brush your teeth. Yet, You're on here asking her what should you do. She's giving you some ask me solid advice for the man you say you want. And you get mad at her? Like, I'm trying to understand it.
And I mean, what to wear and how to approach. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not.
Yeah, but that's the thing. So you're telling me that, but then you said initially, Ashley, I'm going to these places, but I'm not attracting these men. That's what you said to me initially.
Yeah.
But then you just said last weekend you went out with a guy and you know how to approach and you know how to get the guy. So I don't know. I don't know.
So honestly, like last weekend, that was the first time in a while that I really went out on a date, like in a while since I've been single, and it's been almost a year now. Okay. So, but like before.
Queen Lala says, she says, yeah, the same way we want to see a well put together man at all times. You see, that's the key word, all times. The same is for women to do. Exactly. Exactly. And you on a public platform, so far 20,000 people saw you. This was the perfect opportunity to get the man you want. And not only do you come up unkept, you also come up with an attitude. Like, how that makes sense? It's crazy.
And even like with the previous partner that I was with, it just wasn't like, we weren't doing the things that I really wanted to do. Like I've always, like I said, before I even like got into that relationship, I was always just taking myself out and doing things because I got tired of like waiting on people to do things with me. So I just started doing it by myself.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, sometimes that's the way you have to do things, you know, until you find friends or you attract that person that you want. So I say keep going, but if what you're doing is not working, then something has to change.
That's something different, right?
That's how I see it. Depending on what type of guy you want. Again, no one has to change for anyone. You don't have to change for a man. However, if it's an important enough to you, then you know you will. And that goes for any of the ladies watching.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, doll.
I'm sorry, but that I disagree with Ashley, right? I disagree with her there. The reason why I disagree with her is because you do have to change for the opposite sex if you want to be with the opposite sex. You see, let me make myself big here. So it's all about results. Forget everything else. It's all about the results and what you end up with. And if I want to be with, I'm tired of saying Beyonce. Let's say one of those women on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I don't know. Let's say Candy. I mean, her husband ain't really have nothing. All right, but whatever. Let's say I wanted to be with one of those quote unquote baddies, right? I'm going to have to carry myself a certain way as a man in order for me to get one. I can't just say I'm not going to change. I'm going to be me, but I still want this and I ain't going to settle. And you got to see me for who I am and what I want. Okay, I could say that all day long, but I can't be mad at the results. It's all about results. It's all about results. You know what I'm saying? So Queen Lala says, she says women change. She says women change when they want for who they want. Exactly. For what they want, period. She says, we know what we have to do. Some just don't want to. It's sad, yo. It's sad. Because all you're going to do is talk. The only thing that's coming and the only outcome of that is men ain't shit. That's the only thing that's going to come out of it later on in life. I be da-da-da-da and all these men. I look good and all these men, they ain't shit. No, because you're attracting how you look. Pookies will love a woman that has her hair unkept and look like that and just don't care. Got your kids screaming in the background, no control. Pookies love that. But unfortunately, The sad part is the type of men she want don't love that. They don't love that. They don't care for that. They don't want that. They want nothing to do with that. So it has a lot to do with course correction, right? Changing the way we think about ourselves to get the results that we want, because life is all about results. And we all are living today exactly what we did yesterday. Let's keep going.
Again, if you come up and you guys want advice, I'm just being honest. You know, I'm just here to be honest. That's all. That's all I'm here to do. I'm just here to be honest. You guys are saying X is not working for me, right? So if something's not working, then you have to change. Again, you don't have to change. No one has to do anything.
All right, you got to change.
No one has to do anything. But if you want a different result,
results. That's the key word. Results. Hold up. I think I got. Hold up. I got time for one more. What does this one says? She's what? She's in a perfect relationship. She doesn't need advice. Why are you calling?
Bill Trini.
Hi.
Hi, doll. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Do you consent to be on a live and potentially all platforms?
Yes.
All right. What brings you up?
I was wondering, like, do you just give like general advice, or is it like only like advice for like relationships and stuff?
What's your question? Maybe the chat can help you too.
Okay, so basically, like, I already have a boyfriend. We've been together for like going on like 2 years now. So like my question is, how can I put it? Okay, so basically, like, when I go out, like in like the outside world, I feel like people, I'm 21. I feel like people don't take me like serious, like I'm an adult when I think I am.
What?
So I just want advice on that, like tips on that.
How to get people to take you serious?
Like more serious. Yeah, I feel like when people are talking to me, they
give me an example of them not taking you serious. Like, what's something they'll do?
I don't know. I just feel like even with like conversations, like I get talked to like a child. I work at a hospital, so I just feel like when I'm getting like talked to, sometimes it's like.
I think that's a good question. Well, I think that's a good statement. What she's talking about herself is good to talk about, right? The only reason why you're getting treated like a child is because you act like one. Listen, when people move mature and we are grown, they respect your maturity. If we move like children, they talk to you as children. It don't matter the age you are. If I looked at her with the makeup she got on, see, sometimes with young women, a lot of makeup make them look a little bit older. And I would think that this woman was probably around 24, 25, and she's only 21. So the only thing that will make me think that she was younger is when she opens her mouth. The moment you start talking, it says a lot about how I'm going to treat you. Now, I don't disrespect people, right? I don't make people feel insignificant or less than or young or like a child just because of your age. I treat you how you approach me. So if you come at me like a child, I'm going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Grow up, because you don't look like you're 12. So if she's demanding respect out of the world, she needs to check how she is living in this world.
Have you spoken to your boss about that? Like, have you went to your boss and say, hey, they're talking to me, they're talking down to me, I don't feel
like
respected?
A bullying type of thing. I just feel like in general, like outside life, anywhere, not just work, everywhere. I just feel like I get talked to like a kid.
Okay, I would say, just like the chat is saying, create boundaries and speak up for yourself.
That shit won't help.
Yeah,
that's hard.
No, I have a good relationship.
No, so that's not good. I'm sorry, Ashley. That's not good advice. Boundaries won't help. Maturing helps. You could set whatever boundaries you want. You could be like, yo, listen, I'm an adult. I won't tolerate you talking to me that way. And then you go say some dumb shit. They're going to still treat you like a dumbass. But if you are mature and you grow up and your responses are mature and your actions are mature and you're not snapping your fingers and looking away and on your phone 24/7, looking like a kid, then I'm sure you will get respected as an adult. So the best advice that I would give someone looking for this specific type of advice is to maybe carry yourself different in the world. We only get treated as and how we put ourselves out there. The reason why I get respect, I'm a leader at my job, and the reason why my employees respect me, the reason why I created a business and everyone that works beside me respects me is because of how I present myself. It has nothing to do with my age, because I know some 44-year-old men that act like they're 21. They act like they're 19. They act like they're 18. It has a lot more to do with how I present myself as a man. And you as a lady have to present yourself a certain way as well. So that would be the best advice that could be given to a woman at her age.
All right, baby doll.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey bun.
Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
What she gotta say? What she gotta say? Oh, she just hit that water bottle. I ain't mad at that. Hold up. I'm gonna end it right there. I don't know what listen. I ain't watched none of these episodes. I'll probably come back and do some more with y'all. Maybe shit. If I got some time tomorrow, I'll do some with y'all. But yo, this has been fun. This has been real. Thank you, everybody in the chat. If you're on Instagram, do me a favor. Come show YouTube a little bit of love. Come over to the YouTube side, show some love. But this was good. This was good. Good episode. Good chopping it up with y'all. Queen Lala, Tashika in the building. Who else came in the chat today? My guy Quint was here. E Sharp was here. Just shout out to everybody that came through, showing love, chopped it up. Universe to God came through. Shout out to everybody that came up in the chat. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Don't forget to hit the like button and share the content. And also stay tuned for Meet to Marry. And if you are not on my Instagram, as I said, on IG, I have the latest updates for Meet to Marry. So make sure you are following and checking out everything I have going on Instagram. But this was a good show. Fun chopping it up with everybody in the chat today. And I look forward to more and more of this. My apologies, like I said, that I've been so MIA. And the biggest reason why I was so MIA is because I've been working, yo. I've been putting a lot of work with Meet to Marry. We was filming literally 5 days a week. So I would go to work, my 9 to 5, after work, filming. After work, all the way until sometimes 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, I'm filming, all to wake up and do it the next day again. So that's why I haven't been like on my YouTube live streaming as much. But now that we're in editing phase and we're slowing down, we're not recording as much, I'm back. So y'all will see a lot more of me. Hopefully y'all don't get sick of me. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And I will see y'all on the next one. Hold up. Let me get my life together. Peace.
Yeah. Let's go. Looking for my love and my best friend, hoping this ain't the end. I need someone to hold me, tell me lies and scold me. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what you bring me? to marry, is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. Me to marry, is that scary? I don't know, maybe, but I need you, baby. I want that real love that lasts long, the kind that makes me strong. No more playing these silly games. I need someone to call my name. I need that forever kind of thing. You think that's what?
Late night phone calls with you. The only thing I wanna do. It feels so right, it must be true. Girl, it must be true. It's the vibe you give to me. It sets my soul free. Hey, da, 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 da. Hey, da, 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 da. Her and I, yeah, we a team. She's my dream, my everything. Her and I, living in ecstasy, just her and I.